scarcely breathe. I was so scared.
Civil disobedience, that's what you call it. But in Egypt thousands of years ago, it was simply defying Pharaoh's orders.
The king of Egypt had told us that when we helped the Hebrew women during childbirth and saw that the baby was a boy, we were to kill him. If it was a girl, we could let her live. But Sifra and I chose to disobey the king.
We may be slaves, but Pharaoh doesn't own our souls. God does. All the Pharaoh for
Everything you said, everything I hear. The thing has ordered me to come out.
I don't see anything.
See, I'm following you. We don't get quiet.
When we were brought before him, my knees shook so badly. I could hardly stand up. I would have thrown up, except I already heard when word came and soldiers took me to the palace. Thank God. Sifra was right there beside me.
Why have you done this? Why have you let the boys leave?
Hebrew women are not like Egyptian women. They are vigorous and give birth before the midwives arrive. That was it. He let us go. We went on with our lives, and God gave us families of our own.
We weren't the first to defy human authority to obey God. Did Daniel think of us when he asked them not to pray? Did our actions help Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego when facing the king? What of Peter and the disciples before the Sanhedrin?
The God we serve can deliver us, and He does deliver us.
The Hebrew midwives disobey and lie to Pharaoh. We find this in the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verses 15 through 21. Let's check it out. It says, "Then the king of Egypt spoke to the Hebrew midwives, of whom the name of one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah, and he said, When you do the duties of a midwife for the Hebrew women, and see them on the birth stools, if it is a son, then you shall kill him. But if it is a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared God, and did not do as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the male children alive. So the king of Egypt called for the midwives, and said to them, Why have you done this thing, and saved the male children alive? And the midwives said to Pharaoh, Because the Hebrew women are not like the Egyptian women, for they are lively and give birth before the midwives come to them. Therefore God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and grew very mighty. And so it was, because the midwives feared God, that he provided households for them." So what is the ungodly request here made by Pharaoh? Well, the ungodly request is clear. It's to kill the unborn. This is clearly against God's law. God has a law against murder. And if you kill an innocent baby once it's born and you throw it into the river, or however they were killing these children, this would be a violation of God's law. What was the godly response? Well, the godly response by the midwives was to refuse to kill the unborn. So we have to ask ourselves then, did the godly response include violence against the king or the government? Because remember, we're looking for an example here that would give us a precedent for civil disobedience to include violence against the king for making an ungodly law, or more specifically, for enforcing God's people to violate God's law. And the answer is clearly no. In fact, the only one doing the violence in this story are the ungodly. The godly are the ones who are protecting life. They are the ones who are saving life. They are not killing.
Thanks for watching.